So this is Tower Battles. Not a very popular game in the Roblox community. If you took all of the players in Roblox, maybe about 25% would know what Tower Battles is. But what is Tower Battles? Well, it's a game where if you know any tower defense game, you'll know what this game's about. But it was like the original of all the tower defense games. And basically, you just equip your unit and then you can buy a new unit. You load into a game, you click veto a bunch of times until you get the map you want. Now, for new players, I recommend you use the map Borderlands. We're on to the real reason of this video, not just to talk about how the game works. The actual point of this video is to explain this game's downfall. Tower Battles was quite a popular game back then, made by Planet Earth. I'm guessing it probably had a few thousand players, probably back in 2020 or something like that, somewhere around that time. And now it's only got like 400 concurrent players active. But why? Why does it only have such a small player base? Well, this game doesn't get updated very often. Therefore, it just declines. When a game doesn't update, no new content, the game just declines down. But why would Planet Earth just abandon his game that had had so much success? Well, nobody knows the real answer to that. All we know is he really ditched it, and our only proof is that the Halloween update from 2023 is still here, which is crazy. I don't understand. Like, even throughout the years, people thought it would end and it never ended. It's almost like the creator Planet Earth almost just seems like he left the game. You just abandon it. And that's just where its downfall started to go down and down and down, to the point where nobody really knows what this game is. You'll tell somebody, oh, have you ever heard of Tower Battles? They're not gonna know what you're talking about. And that's why basically like a small portion of players will actually know what you're talking about. Now, I don't really have any more to say about the downfall part. I mean, there's not a lot of information on this game, but I think I'm going to go on to the gameplay. Basically, you place down your towers and you can upgrade them as any game would. You can upgrade your units, and waves of zombies come out every single wave, new ones, old ones, in just big groups, bosses. And I've got some of the gameplay in the background right now running, as you can see. Basically, this is what you'll expect in the gameplay. Now, for the newer players, I recommend you choose a longer map, none of the shorter ones. If you're a pro, always go less and less each time. Now, the starting loadout I recommend is a scout, the default tower you get, and second, you get a fragger. I wouldn't recommend the sniper that much until you actually have enough to afford the sniper, then get the sniper. So you have scout, fragger, and then sniper, and that's actually a pretty good loadout from my personal experience. I did scout and sniper first. It's not the best because sniper is such an expensive unit to upgrade. But now on to the enemies. So this is the towers. You have the normal zombie. This is the one you'll always see. You'll see him on wave 1 all the time. The game's never randomized. It's meant to have the same waves each time you play a new match. On wave 3, they'll introduce a new one. They'll introduce the speedy one, the speedy zombie. On wave 5, they'll introduce the slow zombie with tanky health, but they're very slow, but they come in huge groups. Then you go on to your first boss fight with 180 HP, if I remember correctly. It'll spawn at wave 8, and following wave 10 is where you'll see the hiddens. Now, the hiddens are quite tough because if you don't upgrade your units fast enough, they won't be able to get the hiddens because the hiddens need hidden detection. So if you don't have hidden detection, they're just gonna go right past your towers and they're not going to be able to attack it. On wave 13, there's the mystery, where once you deplete all of the mystery's health, it will summon anywhere from a normal to a boss or a hidden. So I guess I would just say a normal to a hidden. That's what it can do, or that's where it'll go from. And then we move on to wave 14. This is where the Necromancer boss is introduced. So this isn't actually the Necromancer boss, this was just an error in my video, but this is just the normal Necromancer. The Necromancer boss is coming up, so when you see me say Necromancer boss again in the next few seconds, I still mean just the normal Necromancer, and the actual Necromancer boss is in like 30 seconds. The Necromancer boss can spawn summons, which are not actually a big deal. You don't really have to worry about them. They're just kind of annoying. But now we move on to boss 2. He is very tanky. For early game players, you know, you're not gonna win against this, as he has about, I'm pretty sure it's 1,800 health, something like that. Then we move on to the lava at wave 20. These ones are quite annoying. They have about 90 HP, I think. And when you kill them, then they will become petrified, and your towers will actually target them. They'll target the petrifieds, which the petrifieds don't do any damage. They just kind of stand still. So you don't gotta worry about them, but it's just annoying in big waves because your towers target the petrified. In the same wave, you'll see the toxic zombie, which is why you've got to watch out with some of your best units. Keep them away from the thing that the path that the zombies move on, because when you kill the toxics, they'll actually like explode, stun your units for a little bit. Wave 22 introduces the lightning, which is an incredibly fast zombie that you do have to worry about. Moving on to wave 24, you meet the hidden boss. The hidden boss is pretty fast. You need hidden detection, and he has about 800 HP if I'm correct. Moving on to wave 26, we've got the slime, and the annoying thing about the slimes is they're high HP, and when you kill them, just like the lavas, they'll spawn a little guy, but the little guys have been, I'll just call them goo for now. The little guys, the goo, they'll move, and they have quite a bit of health, and they're just very annoying to deal with. And wave 27, you got Mystery 2, which is introduced. Basically like Mystery, yet it spawns units that are way tougher. So probably from around boss 2 to the slime is what you'll get in a Mystery 2. Moving on to boss 3, he is a fast boss with about 3,000 health, but if you get this far into the game, he's probably not much of a deal. Boss 4, he is very tanky since they spawn in group, and you'll see him in wave 30. They spawn in big groups, and they're quite tanky. They're more tanky than boss 3. They're pretty slow at the same time. The Necromancer boss, he spawns fire spirits, which are fast zombies, which are fast summoned zombies, I guess, that have quite a bit of health. Moving on to the Guardian on wave 40. The Guardians spawn right before the Void. They are pretty tanky, but they are slow, and they can attack your units. On to the Void. The Void is the main boss. The Void has around 500,000 health, and he can stun all of your units with a shockwave, and can summon many different types of summoned zombies that are pretty strong. They don't have much health. They probably have somewhere around 1,000 or something like that. That's it for the enemies, and that's about the video. I don't have much other to say, and I'll see you next time. Peace.